Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna show you the best graphics settings to run The Last of Us Part 1. You can get up to 60 FPS and even more during the cutscenes with this graphics. So before going to the options, before going to the graphics settings, first one important thing that I would like to tell you guys is building shaders. Once you've installed the game and before you launch the game, here on the right bottom, you should see the building shaders thing. This should be complete 100% before you start the game. Make sure you wait. It takes some time for the optimization. Make sure you wait until it's done. Once it's complete, which is 100%, then start playing the game. Alright, so here on the main screen, click on options. First one is display. We can come back to graphics later. First one is display. So here you should see your graphics card, your VRAM size and everything, right? Mine is a 12 GB graphics card. It's a RTX 3060. So this settings is for RTX 3060, but I'll also show you guys the settings for any other cards like 2060, 2070 or something like that. If you have a 10 series card, you'll not be able to run the game in medium or high. You should prefer using low or medium settings. Alright, 10 series I highly doubt because the graphics is crazy in this game. So yeah, first one is display mode, borderless windowed or windowed. For full screen, go for borderless windowed and aspect ratio auto. I have a 1080 monitor, so I'm using 1080 resolution. Ultra wide pillar boxes, leave that to default. Alright, if you're using 1080 or any wide resolution, I prefer using default. I haven't changed it, so I would suggest you use the default one. And VSync, turn this off. Obviously you don't want to cap your FPS, so make sure you turn this off. Frame rate cap, again unlocked. And these things don't have to do much. Scaling mode, default. Alright, this is without any resolution scaling, guys. The default one is without any resolution scaling or any background rendering. It's for full resolution, which is 1080 that I'm using. If you change this, in case you have FPS drop or low performance when it comes to full resolution, you can use the resolution scaling, AMD FSR for AMD cards and NVIDIA DLSS Super Resolution for NVIDIA graphics cards. So you can play around with this. Quality or balanced or performance, again you lose the quality of the graphics, so I would suggest using balanced or quality. Alright, so once you turn that on, you see the background resolution is rendered to 720, but I don't want to do this, so I'm not using it. I leave it at default. And effects, nothing much to do with these things, all are just default. I haven't changed anything. So going back to options, click on graphics tab. So the graphics that I have is medium to high settings for my card. The game still works in ultra settings with RTX 3060. The problem is I'm only getting 45 FPS, guys, and rarely there is lag. Rarely, not pretty often. It's not frequent, just here and there, but I'm only getting 45 FPS, so I don't want to play the game in 45 FPS. Obviously you have to compromise with graphics if you don't have a powerful GPU. So yeah, I'm using medium to high settings with 1080 resolution. So coming down to the graphics preset, if you want to use manual graphics settings, do not use preset, guys. Alright, just ignore this, skip this step. For every single graphics settings here, on the right you'll see what impacts what. Alright, effect on performance. So animation quality, there is minor impact for GPU and VRAM, and there is major impact on your CPU, which is processor. So for this, when it comes to animation quality, if you have a good CPU, then you can try using medium or high because there is major impact on the CPU. GPU and VRAM is fine. CPU, there is major impact, so you'll have to make sure you have the right setting. If you have a low-end processor, then obviously you'll have to use low. Do not use medium or high. Alright, in case you have a decent or better CPU, the processor, you can use medium or high. Alright, I'm using medium. So coming down to draw distance, dynamic objects level of detail, characters level of detail, environments level of detail, all of these I have them in high. Okay, high settings. In case you have a low-end graphics card like 2060 or 2070, you can use medium or high. Alright, and coming down to dynamic objects texture quality, I have that in high. Again, you can use medium or high. Character texture quality, medium or high. Environments texture quality, same, medium or high. And visual effects texture quality, this has some impact with the performance. So if you see the VRAM, it has major impact. I have this in medium. I tried running in high, but there is still FPS drop. If you see the consumption here, it's going up. So I'm using medium. You can use low or medium, alright, in case you have a 20 series card. Texture filtering, anisotropic, I'm using 8x. For 20 series cards, it should be 2 or 4x, right? This again medium or high, which is texture sampling quality. Ambient shadows quality, full resolution. When it comes to resolution, there is no compromise. I've used full resolution wherever applicable, okay? Coming down to shadows. Shadow graphics settings consume a lot, guys, so you have to use medium. You have a better graphics card than 3060, then you can go for high or ultra, but you have a 20 series, 2060 or 2070, low or medium. Directional shadow distance, again same. I haven't turned off any of these. Image based lighting, any setting that you have the option to turn on and off. You don't have the option to toggle between low, medium or high. It's just on and off. Then I have all of them turned on. Alright, spotlights shadow resolution, I have this in high. You can try using low or medium in case of 20 series card. Medium should be fine. Point lights shadow resolution, I'm using medium. Only two options are low or medium. Alright, and bounce lighting turned on. Screen space shadows quality, I have this in high. You can use medium or high. And dynamic screen space shadows turned on. Contact shadow quality medium. Low or medium should be fine. And screen space ambient occlusion, I've turned that on. Ambient occlusion denoise quality, I have this in high. There are just two options, low or high. There is no medium. There is not much impact here. Here on the right, if you see the effect on performance, GPU moderate, VRAM and CPU minor. So I have this in high. You can use low or high. I think that should be fine. Screen space directional occlusion on. I've turned these two on. Screen space reflections turned on. I haven't changed any of these. All are at 100%. Real-time reflections quality, I've toggled that to high. Ultra again consumes a lot. I tried it but didn't work. You can use medium or high. I'm using high. Alright. And real-time clouds shadow reflections turned on. This again, screen space subsurface scattering turned on. Reflection quality full resolution, again no compromise with the resolution. And depth of field, I'm using cinematics only. Alright, you can turn it off or cinematics and gameplay can be used, but I'm using cinematics only. Depth of field, alright. And the quality for depth of field, high, you can use medium or high. Motion blur quality, medium, you can use low or medium, or you can even try high. I'm using medium. I'm actually not a big fan of motion blur, so in most of the games I don't use motion blur. In this I have that in medium. Motion blur resolution and bloom resolution both at full resolution. Coming down to the last two, which is volumetric effects quality. The first one, I have that in medium. This again consumes a lot, the volumetric effect. So I have that in medium. You can use low or medium. Trying high, definitely there's going to be impact on the performance, so I prefer using low or medium. Alright, and coming down to lens flare, full resolution. Alright, so that's guys, these are the best graphics settings. These are the settings that I'm using for my RTX 3060, and I'm getting 60 FPS, a pretty smooth gameplay, and cutscenes sometimes it even goes above 70. Alright, if you have a 3060, use medium to high, and you have a 2060 or 2070, low to medium, or some of the settings to high. Okay, so that's all about this video guys. Hope this was helpful. If it was, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification for more updates. Thank you so much for watching. Gamers App out.